So this video is for you if you have dodgy calves and ankles, and if you have ever struggled with anything Achilles injuries wise. As you gain strength and muscle in your upper leg, in your glutes, hamstrings and quads, you're going to run into trouble in your knees and ankles if your calves stay small while the bigger muscles in your upper leg get larger. There's tons of research on this, and it's something that all the best strength coaches in the world talk about. Pretty similar when you get bigger upper arms in your triceps and your biceps, where your forearms stay smaller and weaker and you end up getting elbow pain. It's a similar type of situation. So today I'm going to show you how to train your calves and your tibialis anterior, which is your antagonist to your calves at the front of your leg, properly. They're never trained properly, very, very rarely. So this isn't an injury rehab video, like I said. It's on how to strengthen your calves and strengthen your ankles and make the joint far more flexible and strong. And if you do that, your technique and all the rest of your upper leg exercises, like all the various types of squats, lunges and hip extensions, will improve no end. First of all is when you get into the top position or the contracted position, that you get up really, really high and that you focus on putting all your weight on your big toe, or getting as high as you can on your big toe. That's the number one thing in contracting the muscle. Then the second part of the lift is the stretch. You want to get into a really deep position in the stretch, that you maximally stretch the calf, that your heel gets really, really low and your toes are coming up nearly touching your shin, that you get that really, really big stretch, big range of motion. And the third thing is, don't forget to train the tibialis anterior at the front of the leg. So this is the small muscle at the front of your leg that lifts your toes. So while your calves push your toes away, your tibialis anterior lifts your toes at the front. And if we can do those three things well, maximally contract the calf, maximally stretch it at the bottom, and make sure we train our tibialis anterior, we'll have massive progress in the size, strength of our calves, and that'll carry over into all exercises for your legs. Okay, so I'm going to teach you calf raises from 4 points. So we got the top, the bottom, from the side, and then your tibialis raises from the front. So the first video is the contraction at the top. So I'm holding at the top for 3 seconds. So what I'm doing when I get up to the top, I'll show you a nice slow motion there. I'm pausing when I'm on my big toe for 3 seconds at the very top of the movement. Just getting into that position alone at the start is going to really burn your calves. So make sure you're up on your big toe. I can't emphasize that enough, that you're not leaning out sideways towards your short, small toe and shortening the range of motion, that you're up on your big toe and you really squeeze as hard as you can on the contraction at the top. The second point is the stretch position. So in this part of the movement, it's really important that you fully stretch the calf, that you go down as low as you can, and that you hold that. I will hold that stretch position at the bottom of every rep for a second, no matter what I'm doing. And at the end of each set, I pause in the stretch position for 10 seconds. This will increase flexibility in the ankle joint so much, and it's so healthy for your calves. For that 10-second pause down in that stretch position, it's going to make your ankles feel great and train them to get used to that range of motion that they're normally not comfortable in at all. The third video is from the side. Now it's really important that when you're training the calves, that your hips don't move forward and back like you're doing an RDL or something. You want to keep a straight line from your ankles to your hips and your hips to your shoulders, that you don't want your shoulders or your hips going backwards and forwards. It's straight up and straight down. So that's crucial, and that'll make sure that you get a bigger stretch at the bottom and a bigger contraction at the top of every single rep. The point is the tibialis raises at the front. So like shown in the video, nice and slow. You want to pull your big toe as close as you possibly can up towards your shin. Feel that squeeze and the contraction at the top. Let it down slowly till your toe touches the ground and squeeze all the way back up again. Just 2 or 3 points. It's absolutely crucial that you do these barefoot or in flat shoes like Converse or Vans. If you get nothing out of the calf training by training them in runners, okay? Runners have a big cushioned heel most of the time, or a soft sole. You're not going to feel the stretch and you're not going to feel the contraction near as much. So barefoot or flat shoes. The second thing is it's such a small range of motion up and down in the ankle joints that I would train them for high reps, and that's what's widely recommended. So 3 to 4 sets of 20 reps and your calves will be burning, and especially when you're doing the tibialis raises as well, you're going to get that area below the knee full of blood, which is a brilliant thing, and really hard stretching while the muscles in that area are full of blood is going to be super for the flexibility in the joint. Thanks for watching. That's the calf and ankle cure. I've used that to help many people with poor ankle flexibility and poor calf flexibility. Once they do, you'll find the technique in stuff like squats and hip extension exercises improve so much. And they can feel their glutes, quads and hamstrings contract a lot harder. They can feel a lot more powerful running as well out on the pitch if you're playing sports. So normally when I'm doing it on anyone's program, I add it on at the end. So it's like think of it like a 5 or 10 minute add-on at the end of your leg day or at the end of a full body day. And you could do it almost every single day of the week. You could train your calves, and there's huge payoffs for it, like I said, if you are struggling with weak ankles or weak calves.